Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everyone out there doing today? Kind of a impromptu video, and I've gotten a couple of comments about my old stalker that has returned, and I appreciate you guys who left me comments about this. And I'll just say, I have nothing to say when it comes to that issue. I'm just going to deal with it when I go back to the states with the courts. Okay, that's basically the route I'm going to take because in the circles that I'm in, I'm never going to see this person. Uh, all the areas that I frequent, never going to see this person. I live inside the city. I'm pretty sure they don't. They can't afford to, and I'll just leave it at that. But I will also say this. Okay, don't leave any comments, don't engage, because that's what they're looking for. So if you just happen to hear about something about me or someone saying something about me, you know, it's not my job to try to prove something to a nobody. I have no reason to prove anything to somebody who knows nothing about me. Anything that they know, they get in it second hand, fourth hand, fifth hand, and just making all kinds of accusations and saying things because of their current situation, not mine. You know, the one thing I will say, and I've made several videos about this, is that being black sometimes is a gift and a curse. Love being black, but some of the people in our race are the biggest curses you can come up with because what do we spend our time doing? Trying to down each other. Now, in my videos, I talk about veterans as a whole, as a group, but someone has decided to focus on me because I talk about the masses. I try to help the masses, right? But they want to make it where it's personal. So anything they supposedly know about me, put it out there. I ain't got nothing to hide. Anything that they want to say about me, put it out there. Got nothing to hide. Uh, to me, it just proves the most ridiculousness, the low information that people are willing to believe anything about you negative when they don't like you. When they can't do what you do, go where you go, live the way you live. Let me talk about this person. Let me put them down, and then that picks me up. But that doesn't pick you up. That keeps you in the same place you are. Speaking bad about me, how does that help you? It doesn't. So, I have friends who basically talked me out of going to court before because I'd already made plans. My attorney's already in the States. And I'm like, okay, they don't want to shut up. Take some money. And I got talked out of it by some local friends and got talked out of it by some friends on the WhatsApp group and some family members that I talked to about this. But this time around, no. As soon as I get done what I need to get done here, my first flight is back to Phoenix. And I'm going straight to the court system. And I'm going to see you prove what you say. Because proving it on YouTube, you can say anything on YouTube. You can be anybody on YouTube. You can pretend you whatever on YouTube. But when you're standing in front of that court, in front of that judge, everything that you're putting out there, you got to prove. And if you can't prove what you're saying, that's called liable. And I can tell you out the rip what I'm going to ask for. I'm going to ask for half of what you got. If they don't try to give me more than that, I'm going to ask for half. Because you got to be able to prove what you say. Every accusation that you put out there, no matter how small it is, you got to prove what you say. You got to prove it. So I will do this. I will help you out a little bit. For the people who followed me on my old channel back from 2016, you remember me being in the park? You remember what vehicles I was driving when I was in the park? I'm trying to figure out how I was poor with those type of things. I'm trying to figure that out, right? Y'all see me with something that was red. Y'all see me with something that was gray. And then y'all saw me with two other things that were black and was red also. So I'm trying to figure out how I was poor, how I was living poor. But again, you got to prove what you say. You got to prove what you say. Getting on YouTube, Throwing all this out there, pumping yourself up, trying to make yourself sound good. I ain't got no problem with that, dog. I'd rather take it to the courts where you're going to stand up there and present whatever it is you got. Because I ain't got to prove nothing. You're the one online with all this. You're the one online making accusations. Okay, prove it. That's exactly what the court's going to ask you to do. Prove it. But you're going to have a tough time proving that. A very tough time. Because to think I'm making up stuff, that's the craziest part. I'm making up stuff. Okay. Prove it. I guess the front row tickets to the Suns games, all that was AI. I don't have a ticket. I don't have a COVID receipt from where I had to go take the test to get into the stadium. I guess all that's fake. Me and my cousin riding in a G-Wagon, I guess that was fake. Me riding around in an X5, I guess that was fake. Riding around in a Camaro, that was fake. All that's fake. Me, first class trip, fake. Me staying at the Palazzo, the Venetian, fake. All that's fake. All the photos I got some CGI in there. Don't have no receipts that can prove any of that. And where I lived in Yuma, because this is where it seems to be the focus, is Yuma. This is how stupid people are that believe anything these people say. Are you all familiar with the term snowbird? Do you guys know what snowbirds are? You familiar with that term at all? Let me explain what snowbirds are, especially for this ignorant ass fool. A snowbird is basically someone who has a place, right? Have their own place. And when the weather gets bad, so like take someone who lives in Canada, for example. They live in Canada. It gets freaking cold in Canada, really cold in Canada. So what do? They'll leave where they live and they will go somewhere else where it's warm and live there until it gets better where their house is. That's called a snowbird. For those of you who've been following me for a long time, what did I tell you all as to why I had that place in Yuma? What did I tell you all? I had that place in Yuma so I could travel, so I could have stuff, so I could have a place to put all my stuff and have an address while I was trying to figure out where I wanted to live. That's on probably 30, 40 videos I've said that. But see, when you're ignorant, you're low information, you sound like you got a mouthful of marbles, you don't hear that because you're too busy hating. You have to hate your own life to spend your time trying to talk about somebody else. I talk about veterans as a whole because I'm trying to help veterans. I'm not trying to hurt veterans. In no way am I trying to hurt veterans. I'm trying to help them from making a mistake because I've seen tons of mistakes. But instead of that, they want to come after me or this person, my stalker, because that's what they are. They're a stalker. Just talked to my lawyer about it, haven't seen the video, and pointed out exactly what she told me you are, a stalker. So I have a stalker, ladies and gentlemen. I have a grown man that hates the way I live because they can't live that way. They got to go live with a poor girl in a barrio in order to survive here. And then have the nerve to try to talk about me and say they're going to tell the truth. Well, those of you who've been following me, let's run down the truth that I've actually put on YouTube to help this person out who's slow mentally. And they are slow. They are slow because the VA's been contacted about this individual. They know fully well about this individual. They kind of elaborate little things about this individual and the issues this individual has. That's real talk. That is real talk. But for those of you who've been following me for a while, and you've seen me jump on a plane when my son was sick, what did I do? What poor person you know does that? Gone the next day. What poor person you know goes to a BMW dealership, walks in, signs the paperwork, drives out with the X5? That's all on video. But I'm poor. I'm living like shit. They got a generic picture of a trailer park or a trailer that I supposedly live in. Well, where's the original photo? They don't have it because anything that they know about me, or they think they know about me, they've heard it secondhand, they've heard it third hand, they've heard it fourth hand. And who did they hear it from? People who don't like me. That's where it comes from. So you're willing to put up your check based upon what somebody else told you, where you got no proof of what you're saying. None. Because to think I'm poor or I was poor in Yuma, that is laughable. That is truly laughable. That I spent more time outside the country than I did inside the country. But when you're ignorant, low education, low information, this is what you do. This is what you do. So again, this is going to be my last time talking about this because I'm sure they're watching. I'm sure they're seething and they get ready to make a video. Bro, make whatever you want. You better enjoy what you're making because I'm coming after that check. You're going to have to go to court. Now, whether you show up to court or you decide you're going to be somewhere else and claim, well, if I don't go, they can't do nothing. That's a lie. That's a lie. You better talk to a lawyer. All this crap that you put out that's on that channel, you're going to have to respond to that. Every image you put out there, every statement that you make, you got to prove what you say. I'm supposedly buying views or I'm supposedly buying subscribe. You got to prove that, son. You got to prove it. Anything else you want to say, you got to prove it. The imagery that you're putting out there, in case you don't know what libel is, you better go check. You better go check. This is not 1990 where you can just say anything and get away with it. We're in 2024. You put something out there about somebody, you damn sure better have proof of what you're saying. And I already know you don't, because everything that you say is a lie. But jealousy is not proof. That ain't proof. Secondhand, thinking you're going to get somebody who was in the DR that didn't like me, that told you some bullshit, that ain't proof. That's not proof. Proof is pictures, bank statements, purchase. Where's all that at? Because you're going to have to show that. You're going to have to show it. And if you put something out there that's my personal information for the world to see, like my social or where I live or where I currently have a place, go ahead and do that so they can come and arrest your ass for real. Go ahead and do that. Don't think I didn't go through all the steps today with my attorney once I was told what this punk went out there and did. See, I'm very laid back when it comes to this stuff because a lot of times it's ignorance. They don't know what they're talking about. So I let it slide. All this other stuff this person has said about me, I just let it go. And I remember telling Mike, I remember telling Howard, I'm going to just sue. I remember telling Jay, look, I'm just going to sue him. I'm not going to work. I'm just going to take his money. And I remember them telling me, especially Mike, bro, don't take that little money that man got. He already ain't struggling. He already here struggling. Don't take it. But this time around, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. And remember, you did this. You went out there. You wanted to come at me. Okay, I'm going to do exactly what Steele and the rest of them say to do. Take your bitch ass to court. I'm not going to sit up here and go back and forth. The last statement I'm going to make about it, I'm going to take whatever they give me. If they give me, say that, hey, you deserve his whole check for the next 3 years, then I'm going to take every dime your punk ass got. That's what it is. That's what it is. And I don't even live in the States. It don't matter. Bullshit. That check you get comes from Uncle Sam. I don't give a fuck what country you in. I don't care what rock you hiding up under. You can deny, you can say this and say, you better talk to a lawyer. That check you get comes from the United States of America. I'm about to own a piece of it, if not all of it. Keep running your mouth. Keep putting stuff out there and see how it goes. Now, with that being said, I'm done with it. What's going on, Steele? Yeah, I'm taking their ass to court. I ain't putting up with that shit no more, dude. I'm not. I don't bother nobody. Nobody. I talk about things in general. But because I talk about things in general and they hear shit secondhand, I'm supposedly a poor person who ain't never had nothing. And all of a sudden I go to Medellin, I got something. That just lets you know they know nothing about me. Well, it's all good, William. It's all good, Willie. They come there. Yeah, still you were there. Y'all know what snowbird. Well, probably a lot of you guys don't, but snowbirds basically go California, Arizona, and Texas. A lot of them come from Canada. A lot of them come from your northern states to get away from the snow, and they go down and they stay in mobiles for like 5-6 months because that's where I got the idea from. They stay in mobiles. They leave their stuff there. They have an address. So when you're out wherever you are, you can just have stuff sent there. And if you guys recall, I used to do that all the time. When I came back, that's where my cameras were. That's where my drones were, all my shoes, all my colognes, everything that I ordered while I was out. And a lot of times I was in the DR. A couple times I was in Canada. A couple times I was here. I think I moved to Yuma. When did I move to Yuma? 2016? Yeah, I moved to Yuma. When I came back from living in Mexico, I moved to Yuma. I bought that place and I started staying in the DR. And every time I would go home to Yuma, I had all my stuff there, all my clothes, all my shoes, whatever I wanted delivered. That was my address to go to. I had my vehicles there, my motorcycles there, everything I had was there. So I didn't have to worry about it. But to think I'm going to tolerate somebody sitting there just belittling me, sounding like they got maple syrup in their mouth, bruh, it's like, come on, man. No. What up, K-Mac? Matter of fact, K-Mac been around me during that time period. K-Mac, you saw where I was living, down the street from where you were living. Does it look like I was living poor? What the hell? But it's jealousy, man. Take it all. They think you selling that shit in the hood, bruh. It's just plain jealousy. This is the same individual mad about these headphones. Same individual that will get other people to get online and just talk about me, talk about my guests. Why? What do we do to people? Y'all answer that for me in the chat. What do we do, or what do I do? Am I not on here telling you about Social Security, telling you about VA? I get accused of all kinds of stuff, of everything, bro. I get accused of stealing information from somebody else. We don't even talk about the same things. I talk about actual experiences that I went through, that I go through, living here, where I went to a CNP. I got videos of me going to CNP exams. I got videos of me doing this and doing that. But somehow you get some ignorant, poor ass fool who really is poor wants to call somebody else poor. Bruh, that's the craziest shit I've ever seen. Markel, you know what went on. They came to you asking you, bruh, thank you, K-Mac. K-Mac, thank you. Because when they needed money in the DR, who did they go to? Who they come to and ask for money? Right here. If I'm poor, how the hell I'm lending money to people? Jealousy, man. Just a stalker. Tell them to make sure they spell my name. No, man, I'm just like, I was done years ago. And this is also part of the reason why, guys, I won't meet nobody. Look, this was 2019, and someone told me back when they met him, bruh, he off. Don't even talk to him. Don't even fuck with him. And then after the situation happened, right, I had people hit me up from the Philippines. Oh, lady boys, this, that, and the third. I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'm hands off. I ain't got nothing to do with it. But now, oh, I'll try to get some of these people on to explain to you all who may want to hear this, really about this person in the Philippines, since they want to try to talk about me and my life, which they know nothing about. Let's get some people that actually hung around this person in the Philippines to let you know what they were really doing versus what they say they doing, what they were really doing. How about that? How about that? But now, you know what? I'm not going to do that. because that ain't gonna look good in court. That ain't gonna look good in court. I'm not gonna do it. I'll wait and get an affidavit from these people when I do go to court to let them know exactly what this person's about. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I'm gonna do it. Right, bruh. What do I say on here? I said, look, you can't live inside the city on 2,000, 1,500. That's a fantasy. You got to live outside the city. Is that not what I said? I said, if you want to live, come here and live in a small pueblo. You want to live outside the city? And I've seen people do that now on $1,000 outside the city. Inside the city of Medellin, that's a lie. It's just a lie. It's a lie. Now, I put out a post where this guy, I'm going to give him credit. This is not somebody I watched. I think it's Carl something, Carl HQ or Carl something, made a video, about a week ago, explaining the exact same thing. But because I don't talk hood, I don't say the N-word, I ain't really black, so what I say means nothing. Someone else says the exact same thing. Oh, well, that's the truth. They telling the truth. I'm lying, but they telling the truth. When I say it, I'm hating. When someone else says it, oh, well, yeah, that's probably true. It's crazy how this world is, bro. The guy literally said the exact same thing I said. That you've been lied to for years, coming here thinking you're going to live on that and live well. You're not. Outside the city, you'll be okay. I ain't saying you're going to live well, but outside the city, you can make it on that. Inside the city, no. Hell no. Yeah, that's exactly what I've been saying. I've been very consistent. But I think what happened is when I put out that video, that's short, and I said 6 of the last 10 pedophiles, which is true, looking in the paper, it's right there in the paper, were ex-military veterans. That's true. That's true. It's in the paper. I said, I'm not going to get into the branch work, but that's what they stated. And because I said that, somehow I'm the worst person in the world. Matter of fact, I should try to get Big Moose on here because Big Moose is actually interacting with me. I want Big Moose to get on here and say, yeah, man, you poor. I'm poor. It's like, bro, jealousy. But the audacity for me to try to prove I'm not poor, that's what kills me. Somebody who means this much to me want me to prove something. To who? To YouTube? See, they need street cred. I don't give a fuck. They do. I don't. But when you this small in life, what else you got to do? You got to go after the big fish. You got to go to somebody who's doing better than you and try to belittle them because your life, it didn't go the way you expected. It ain't my fault, dog. You live like shit. That's a personal decision. That's a personal choice. That's your fault, not mine. I didn't tell you to take your ass anywhere. You did that. If you're laying down sleeping with rats and roaches, that's on you. That ain't on me. That ain't where I'm living. That's not how I've lived here. That's not how I've lived anywhere, except growing up as a kid, which I made a decision at that point I would never live like that again. No. But it is crazy, man. Crazy. I never watched the video, but I'm going off what was left in the chat for the people who saw it. Right? And it's like insane because this is where I live. I ain't got no problem showing you. See, my kitchen and bathroom, well, that's my dining table. That's the living room, flat screen. Okay. The kitchen, I got to turn the computer around. It's a big apartment. You know, you can't see everything in one shot. I can't reach out and touch my bathroom and the kitchen at the same time, like some of you all do that live here. That's not my fault. None of that's my fault. That's your fault. That's your fault, dog. Not mine. Getting mad at me, how is that going to change your life? It's not. Calling me whatever, trying to claim you know me, You don't know shit about me. Nothing. How's that gonna change your life? It's not. What is proving who you supposed to be? Who you supposed to be? Really? Who are you supposed to be? An investigator reporter? As low as your education level is, you supposed to be an investigator reporter? But that's okay. We're gonna see what you're gonna prove. You say you're gonna prove it, you're gonna have to prove it where it counts. Court. Especially when you get the gringo tax, a Colombian can live in the city of Medellin for 1,000, but I sure can't. I'm trying, bro. That's all I've ever said. When people ask me about this, that is all I've ever said. You are not going to live in the city, not on that. And you're not going to live well in the city. But because I'm saying it and I don't speak hood, then I'm this, that, and the third. That's the same thing here in the States. More expensive to live in the city. Yeah. Honestly, you live average, sir, based on your living room. Okay, I live average. I live average. Yeah, based on the living room, I live average. There you go. The truth, Mr. Truth, I live average. Got it. But since you say I live average, let me show you something, Mr. Truth, which is probably that punk ass dude. Hold up, let me turn this back on. Since you say I live average, one sec. Let's see. Do you see any rats or roaches anywhere? Is everything all in the same? Oh, wait, there's a whole different area over there. Oh, yeah, that's another kitchen, living room, washer and dryer, whole another section back there with a walk-in closet. So I live basic as fuck. You right. Which is probably your punk ass on here talking shit. I love it. Bring it on, because I'm going to make you pay. You going to come out some money, dog. As soon as I make it to the States, I'm going to take some money. Nothing but respect for veterans, retired forest ranger and firefighter Oregon here. Appreciate it, New Day. Come on, Mr. Truth. Come on back with it, because I know that's you. Nothing but hate, dog. Nothing but hate. I live basic that a lot of them that come here cannot do. I live very basic. I go up on the roof. I'm showing a video, trying to show some cameras that I bought, but I'm broke. I don't have money. I guess this is a rental. These are rentals. All these phones and stuff I got, these are rentals. I don't own any of this. I'm faking. I'm a rental. I love having. Yeah, you that motherfucker with the marbles in your mouth. You don't even know how to spell either. My brother, you shouldn't have to. I'm not going to, K-Mac, I'm not trying to prove nothing. Nothing. I want them to prove it in court. It doesn't matter how you live. You're not asking for, K-Mac, I don't even ask for donations. I don't ask nobody for nothing. Nothing. But somehow, right? Somehow I'm always lying. Somehow I was broke. Somehow I'm living in trashy areas. You all have never seen me in no trash area. But according to this person, yeah, which is probably Mr. Truth. Come on, Mr. Truth. Bring it on. Bring it on, Mr. Truth. Still got to have money to rent. Bruh. It is what it is. People want to talk. People want to say whatever, man. Bring it on, dog. Bring it on. Because all the talking, all the lip service has never hurt me. Has never stopped putting money in my pocket. Has never done nothing but motivate me to show even more shit that your poor ass cannot get. That's all it does. The more you all put out there that I'm poor, the more shit I'm going to be able to do on my channel that's part of my tech channel to show you don't know what the hell you're talking about. What's going on, Mr. Hargrove? How you doing? Come on, Truth. Oh, I know that was you, your punk ass. Come on, Mr. Truth, with it. Calm down before your blood sugar go up, sir. Respect. Blood sugar. Oh, okay. We got jokes now. Come on with it, Mr. Truth. Keep coming. I love it. I love it. Love it. I live basic. What else you said? Blood sugar. I'm just like you said, keeping receipts. That's what y'all poor ass fools like to say, right? Keep receipts. I believe that's a hood bullshit y'all like to say. Keep receipts. I'm keeping them. because you damn sure gonna have to prove it. Keep my brother, you got me over here laughing. That's what they all tell me. And I told them I'm homeless. I have a $350,000 house and I don't have nothing. Oh, exactly, bro. Bro, I love this. This has made my day. You know, I hit my cousin up because I wanted to see if I can get that photo of us hanging out with Keyshawn, but his girlfriend, I'm sorry, his wife said that she couldn't find it. She'll let me know when she finds it. But I ain't gonna lie about nothing. People who've been around me and know me and seen me and met me, no, they know the difference between a talking fool with nothing and somebody who actually did something. Wait, what is this? Man lives like that. A woman would have accessories such as a picture on the wall or plants or whatever. Men live like that. Let's see. I remember he mentioned in the OV he was sending money to his family and how to set boundaries. Bro, don't worry about it. Don't worry. No, let people put out there what they want to put out there that they got to prove in court. That's not a low-class apartment. It's just low maintenance. Don't worry about it. Let Mr. True, because I know who that is. That's him. That's him. He's on here watching. He's on here seething. He's on. Because the thing is this too, guys. I forgot to mention this part because I want to play this in court. I want to make sure I play this entire video in court. Anything that I say, I'm supposedly talking about him. If I talk about me going to TTRB and I'm with my friends, somehow I'm talking about him. If I say I'm overlooking some area, I shot a drone shot over something and I'm talking about whatever, I'm supposedly talking about him. Doesn't matter what I say, what we talking about, what we covering, it's about him. In his mind, somehow I'm always talking about him. Always. You know, we've made how many videos? And we've covered a whole range of things, talked about all types of things to help veterans and do. Oh, let me say this. K-Mac wanted me to mention this. Veterans ID cards. I thought you had to go in, but K-Mac recently got his veterans ID card that had expired. He said, like he said, it takes 7 to 10 days after you take the photo, get all the information switched over for them to send it in the mail. So look at the front of your IDs and see if your ID has expired. If it has expired, go down to your local VA and get a new ID card. I think mine's been expired now for about 4 or 5 years. That's something else I got to take care of once I get to the States. Let me see what else we got here. Pretty much, bro. I've never just anything I say, bro. And it's like, come on now. Come on now. I haven't seen this person. It's been almost 4 years. Don't try to, because I already know whatever circles I'm going in, I ain't gonna see them. They're not gonna be anywhere in this area. I can promise you that. They ain't never gonna be in this area, nowhere near this area. They're never gonna be anywhere I'm going, right? Me flying on my trip that I'm going next week, they're not. You think I'm worried about seeing them there? No, never. And even if they were, they're not gonna be sitting in the same. They sitting back there with the toilets because that's all they got. A lot of it, and I made that video talking about veterans' incomes are different, right? And you know, I got some crazy comment, and I know it was him. Because I'm trying to explain, everybody doesn't get the same. Everybody's situation is different. And I wasn't like trying to put anybody down or make it derogatory. I was just explaining because some veterans see us with certain things and they think, how can you get that and I can't? Does the VA give it away? No, they don't. This stuff you got to pay for. Oh, don't worry about it, Mr. Truth. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I live basic and I got my high blood. You said high blood sugar? Okay, even though I'm not diabetic, but I got high blood pressure. Okay, cool. Don't worry about it. I'm not. I love it. I'm gonna play all this for the court. Every bit of it. Every accusation that has been made about me, they gotta prove, not me. It ain't up to me to pull out nothing, not a photo, not a video. I'm not the one saying it. You're the one saying it. You're the one that got to prove it. You're the one that got to prove that where I lived in Yuma is the image that you're putting online. You're the one that's got to prove I was poor in Yuma. Good luck with that. Good luck with that one. You the one that's got to prove that all these things that you're saying, I didn't have this, I didn't go there, I didn't work at the VA. You got to prove it. You got to prove it, son. You got to prove it. The pay stubs that I got, I'm gonna take to court, but you got to prove I didn't. You got to prove everything you got to prove it. I don't. All the thing I got to do is go to court and sit there and listen to the judge say, okay, produce what you're saying that's not liable, that you are not liable for somebody else, that you're not assassinating someone's character simply because you don't like them, that you putting stuff out there in the public, right? Because you're doing this. So hopefully, because this ain't a game. See, this is how immature and uneducated people think. You have people who think that if I talk about you online, this is just two YouTubers going at each other. No, it's not. I never called your name. I never said your channel. I never said nothing because I know better. But you have my image. You have my name. You got all kind of fake channels out there with my name attached to it, right? Because you're hoping to get people who are looking for me to go to that channel so you can disparage me. But you see, in court, you got to explain all that. I don't. All I got to do is sit there because you are talking about me. All the hood knowledge that you watching, that ain't gonna do you no good now, son. I want your check. And I'm gonna put it right here for the world to see. I'm gonna get your check. I'm gonna get it. Hopefully you keep making all these videos and you enjoy yourself putting out there whatever you want to put out there. You better enjoy it while you can. Enjoy it while you can. I'm going for that check, son. You best to believe that. Do you hold grudges? Bruh, I don't say, we haven't even said anything about this person since the last time they popped up with a bunch of lies. Okay? That's not since the last time they popped up with these lies. Now they coming up with them again. So it's like, okay, cool. I'll play it your way, but only I'm gonna play it in court. What you say? They're on the bus with the livestock. Let's see. My late husband was a vet of 30 years, and he didn't like a lot of stuff. We were certainly not poor. We lived in a 6,000 square foot house, and it was fully furnished in Cali. You do you. Exactly. I don't see what I do and what I say. And again, I don't talk about anybody specific. I don't say this person or that person. I speak in general about veterans. That's it. That is it, right? But for someone to attack me who doesn't even know me, put all this stuff out here about me with not one shred of anything to prove what they say. Nothing. Not one thing. And this has been going on for years. All of this got started. You know how it got started? Because someone left a comment on YouTube, didn't even name him, supposedly about him. And because I did not remove it fast enough for them, I'm the worst person in the world. I want y'all to understand the mindset of this individual. Hear me clearly. Let me repeat what I just said. How did all this get started? This individual went to my channel where someone left a comment supposedly about him. What did the comment say? Something about how you move. They left the comments about something about how you move. Okay. I was out of town. This person blew up my phone about a comment, started yelling, somebody else is running your channel. How do I know this? Because I still got all the receipts from Claro. Started yelling, oh, you this, you that. And as soon as they said the N-word, blocked them. And ever since that day, I'm the worst person in the world because I did not remove a comment fast enough for them. That's how this all got started. Wasn't no woman, wasn't no somebody borrowed money, none of that. That's exactly what happened. And because of that, mentally, I'm the worst person in the world. Something I didn't even write, something I didn't even do. I wasn't even in town at the time. I'm out with my friends, enjoying myself, and this person is blowing me up over this. And I remember talking to Big Moose. I told Big Moose about it. And Big Moose still remembers it to this day. That's what I'm dealing with, people. Not somebody who's rational. This is somebody who is irrational. All this over a comment. That's where it comes from. All of it over a comment. I went to the nearest base. They renewed my ID on the spot about 40 minutes from me, and my wife got new cars. He's talking about not the 100%. He's talking about the card for the hospital. You know, the ID card you get for the hospital? Like you have your ID card that's 100%, but your other ID card is for the hospital. Damn, I don't have my wallet. But you know, the one that's got your photo, I think it says what branch you in, is white, or I don't know if they changed the color, but it was white, has your photo, the branch, a date in the front, and then all your information used to be on the back, but I don't think it's on the back anymore. I think it's just a barcode now. Absolutely. Yeah, cattiness. Let me know when you go to court. At that way, I could take. Oh yeah, it's gonna be in Phoenix. I'm going to Phoenix, right? But it's gonna be a minute because the way the process works is that once you go file, they set a date. Obviously, you know that, and then once they set a date, they got to try to locate him, which he's not gonna want to respond, right? And they'll say, okay, well, we can't do nothing because no. As long as he's putting these videos out there, that's all I need. That's all I need. Long as this stuff is up and I got copies of it to show dates and everything, those are receipts I'm gonna have to show everything, and we're gonna move forward. Because the only way people like that learn, right? They're not gonna learn from just talking or someone else reaching out to them and talking to them they don't learn like that. The only way they learn, you got to take something from them that they value. Only thing he got in life is that little check. That's it. Can't stand the fact that somebody else is doing better or try to help them get in a better spot. Don't want that. A bruised ego. I'm being dead. This is 100. That's how it started. And then all this other stuff about what I told people what I've done in my past. I told you all I was stupid as fuck. When I first went to the DR, I didn't know any better. Being stupid, listening to YouTubers talk about that mongering lifestyle, I admitted all that. How many times have I admitted that on this channel? How many? But I learned from my mistakes. That mongering bullshit leads to death. Either you're going to catch a bullet, you're going to get fucked up from drugs, or you're going to catch a sexual disease that's going to kill you. But mongering leads to death, period, point blank. Point blank. So if you don't care about your life, go do you. Well, the homies, skull caps and such. Okay. Hey. What up, LJ? How you doing? What's going on? Oh, my stalker's back. The stalker that I've had here in Medellin is back, and I'm going to go ahead when I go back to the States after I get residency. I'm going to go to court, and I'm going to let the courts decide how much money I can get out of his check every month. That's what's going on right now. I'm just making this video, man, to make them aware because they seem to watch every video and want to take sound bites and cut things up here and there to make it fit what they want to say. You the one got to prove it, not me. You can throw up whatever image, you can say whatever, but good luck. Good luck with that. Because you obviously don't know what libel means. I'm about to go to work, check in later. All right, bro, I'm about to get up off here. What's up, Markel and everyone? Salute. What's going on, man? How you doing tonight? Talking to Steel. Hey, well, I got you guys in here. What do you guys think about the shorts I've been putting out lately? You like it? You don't like it? Too many? Shorten? Let me know, right? Let me know what you guys think about the shorts. There's been a lot of responses on the shorts. I was just trying to share short clips of things that happened during that 7-hour video that we made. So let me know what you guys think when it comes to the shorts. You like them? You don't like them? You want to see something else? All right, Steel. What's up, free thinker? How you doing? You love it? All right. I like those shorts. Okay, very fun. I was about to say whole short. Okay, cool. All right. I didn't know. Like, some people might be okay with it, some may not. I was just trying to get a feel for who likes it, who doesn't like it, what someone thinks or whatever. You know, I'm just trying to get different opinions on that. Cool. All right. So when it comes to any questions that you all have, please leave it in the comment section. Oh, there's Mr. Man. Okay. JD, what's going on? How you doing? Mr. Man, how you doing? Okay. I looked into the NACA. Guys, y'all owe Mr. Man a great debt of gratitude. Okay. The NACA, and you don't even have to be on Section 8 for this or have HUD badge for this, but if you want to buy a house and you have little to about medium income, it's going to depend on the state that you're in. Look up NACA home loans, or what's it called? Is it home loans, Mr. Man? NACA, it stands for neighborhood. I can't even remember what it stands for. NACA. If you are low to about medium income, they don't worry about your credit. They look at you paying bills on time. What else was it? They have this savings program they're going to have you go through. You got to go through classes. They want to make sure basically that you're not house poor. Like, if you guys Google this or you go to YouTube after this video and you put in NACA home loans, there's a ton of videos that are going to come up. There's a ton of realtors that are going to come up. And this is for anybody who's looking at buying a home in the area you're in and say credit is holding you back, or you don't have money that the banks want you to have, like a traditional bank wants you to have, that's holding you back, right? Go through that, all right? I don't qualify for it, but go through that and look. This is a way for you to get into a house. Now, they do have some things that they're going to have you to do that's not traditional from a bank, but you'll be able to stick with it. If you want a home bad enough, you'll stick with it. All right, what we got now? Selling drugs, this is my town. I've seen it change from a friendly town to a hard drug-infested town. Okay, appreciate it. I don't know what that means, but okay. The NACA hot PHA program, they will take care of you. B of A home. Okay, so you got a Bank of America home. A B of A. I'm thinking you're saying Bank of America. Correct me if I'm wrong. Back to the States as soon as I get residency, which we've already started back on that process. So as soon as I get residency, I'm headed back. And that's one of the first things I'm doing. Salute, appreciate it. Yeah, that's one of the first things that's getting handled. After I go hang out with my cousin and my family for a minute, First thing that's getting handled, going straight to court. Phoenix Court is on Central Avenue. Tell you exactly where it is because that's exactly where I'm going. All right. So, but I'm being dead serious now. For those of you who are serious about getting a home, and this is for US, if you try to go to NACA while you're out of the country and you don't have a VPN, it's going to be blocked. You will not be able to see anything. A VPN is going to straight block it. Okay? But that is real. If you go online, like I said, on YouTube, or you go to Google or Safari, and you put in NACA, home loans, or buying a new home, you'll see. And it's not a traditional bank, people. It's not. So you're looking at buying a home, you want to be a homeowner, you don't have the credit, you don't really have a whole lot of income, this is going to be your way to do it. All right. Me personally, I don't want to own another home. I'm good on owning a home. I'm more into renting. Now, I know the argument came back, and we've all had this argument before, renting versus owning, but I just like the freedom of being able to do what I want to do whenever I want to do it. If I want to walk away, I can walk away and not be tied to anything. What if you have a home already but are wanting to relocate? Ooh, I think this is only for first-time home buyers, I think, but you have to go to their website and check it out and see. I'm not sure when it comes to relocating, to be honest. I'm not. All I do know is that first-time home buyers, okay, and Mr. B talked about this. Even if you bought a home before in the past, and it's 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you're still considered a first-time buyer. Okay, you still considered a first-time buyer. So if you're looking at buying a home, this is I'm telling y'all, from what I've seen. Now, I haven't used it personally, but from what I've seen, this seems like a great program. Yes, they offer it in every state. It's in every state. But the qualifications are going to be different depending on where you are. My cousin is on TDIU living in California. He's catching hell trying to make ends meet. Any suggestions for him? Can he start a YouTube channel? Will VA come after him? Absolutely not. Okay, YouTube is considered passive income. For example, this one video I'm making right now, let's say this video generates, I don't know, say 1,000 views. Okay, or 1,000 views and beyond. From just this one video. I'm not working. This is not a job where I'm on here every single day for 8 hours a day, right? This is not a job. You can record a video, edit it, upload it, and say that video makes you $100. You didn't do anything else other than upload it to that site. It's considered passive income. So it's not something that you have to worry about if you're on TDIU. The same with the market. You a day trader, that's not considered, can't think of the word, but that's considered passive income. You got money coming from IRAs, you got money coming from a pension, you got money coming from a rental property. All that's considered passive income. None of that is like gross income that you get from working a job. It's not that. Now, if he's out there, got a lawn service, and he out there for 60 hours a week, now that's different. You working a job. No, but things like this, passive income. Appreciate that super chat. You don't have to do that. Greetings from Japan. Okay, Mr. Willis, appreciate that. Yep, it's in Arizona. It's in all states. Let's see. Gotcha. Okay. You're welcome. Oh, you were talking to each. Okay, cool. When I get married, I'm not getting married. I'm not getting married, man. No. I ain't no getting married. You mean Tommy? Tommy getting married. I'm not getting married. Tommy's engaged. Barry, Bowen Barry. No. I'm not engaged, dog. I'm not engaged. Okay, now for your cousin who's in California, you were saying struggling to make ends meet. Okay. He's on TDIU. Now, I believe in California, they do offer rental assistance, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I don't know what it takes to qualify for it in California, but I think they do offer rental assistance, and there's some housing programs in California as well. I don't know where in California he is, but I remember when I was going to the VA in San Diego, they had some type of housing or apartments or something that they offered to veterans. But you had to be at a certain criteria in order to be qualified for it, right? Same thing with HUD Vash. They may be able to qualify because of what the cost of living is in California for HUD Vash. That's another one they could try. Um, there's a lot of things out there, dude, that you can try. It's just, if you don't know, that's part of the problem with the Department of Veterans Affairs, is that they have stuff, but a lot of times it's not advertised to people. A lot of people don't know about it. Another thing that your friend can do is stand down. You heard me talk about this before, VA stand down. Look up when VA stand down is coming to California in the area they're going to be in, and then go talk to the VA, Social Security about housing. Okay, there's all kind of reps there. There are all kind of people there to try to help veterans with whatever issues they got, whether it's legal, whether it's, child support, tickets, criminal case, you name it. VA stand down, right? Go to that. You may have to stand in line for a little while because there's going to be a ton of veterans there. Go to VA stand down and talk to someone there. They may be able to tell you about a program you never heard of, or a program or apartment complex you may be able to move into simply because you are a veteran. That's part of the problem with the VA, though, guys. It's like they have programs that a lot of you guys have never heard of. You don't think you qualify for. You got to go ask. Use your resources. Go to your social worker. If they're being seen at the VA in California, wherever they are, tell them to go talk to their social worker. See what their social worker can help them with as far as housing, or if they're struggling financially with finding food or getting clothes or whatever. Go talk to your social worker. Call them on the phone and talk to them, right? Guys, you have resources. And just don't rely on the VA as well. The state and the city also have resources. They get money from the federal government for these programs. Okay, so if you're struggling, go to your state. Ask your state, what do they have for veterans? Like Texas has a ton of things for veterans. Florida has some things like that for veterans. So don't just rely solely on the VA when you're in the States. Your state has programs as well. Where we at? Yeah, I ain't getting married. Thanks for that. No problem. I will have him watch the video. He will be jumping for joy. He's in Sacramento. Man, use your resources, dog. Y'all got to use y'all resources, man. Let's see. Long waiting list for Section 8 in San Francisco Bay Area. I'm a landlord. Okay. Appreciate that information, man. But again, what does the state or the city offer something else? Sometimes, and I'm not saying that you have to do this, but if it depends on your situation, you may have to go to a halfway house and save money in order to get you into a better place, or you may have to move. Like a lot of times people don't want to move because it's home, but you're struggling. What good does it do you to be in that area if you're struggling and you can move somewhere else and get something better? You know what I'm saying? I would rather move somewhere I can afford versus be somewhere, even though this is where I grew up, if I can't afford it no more, what good does me to be there and struggle? It does me no good, right? So I look at, like, if I was moving back to the States, guys, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If I was moving back to the States, I'm going to a state that's tax-free, that offers the maximum benefits for veterans, okay? Whatever, a state like Texas, a state like Florida, that offers the maximum benefits. If I did decide to buy a house, I know I'm not paying property taxes in the state of Texas. I know I'm not paying them in the state of Florida. You got some states, driver's license are free. You got some states, parking is free. You get all kinds of incentives just for being a veteran. Uh, oh no 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 no. Let's see. The reason for NACA, the courts found racial practices among the banks when it comes to home loans. Several banks have pledged billions of dollars into NACA to help underprivileged people. There you go. Mr. Mann, I cannot thank you enough for that information. I have been passing it out to a lot of different people who are interested in buying homes, including some of my family members, so they can check into it. So I appreciate you very much, Mr. Mann, for sharing that with us. They don't worry about your credit score. Now, from my understanding from watching some videos, they want you to at least have shown a history of good payments for the last 2 years. You don't have any judgments. You don't have like any, what's the other one? No judgments. No, what do you call it? When you owe somebody derogatory, like anything derogatory statements in the last 2 years. They don't really look at your score. They just look at your history from the last 2 years of making payments. Can you make on-time payments? That's what they want to see. So even if your credit score is 510, right? But all those charge-offs. Thank you, whoever said that. Charge-offs. They want to see and make sure you can make payments, that you got the money to make it and not be house poor. Like, to me, from where it sounds, from watching videos and Mr. Mann putting it on here, it sounds like a great program, but I'm sure there are steps you're going to have to go to in order to get to that point. But as far as your credit is concerned, they're not looking at your credit score like a traditional bank. You don't have to worry about that. They are low-income housing units, but they also have long waiting lists. That's the problem, man. It's like a lot of these people have nowhere to go. If you can't pay traditional rent, a lot of these places are already taken. And it's not like this is one of these situations, Mr. Mobley, where it seems like veterans should be moved ahead of the line in some situations versus others. So like with Social Security, you're 100% disabled veteran, supposedly, they move you to the front of the line. But when it comes to housing, when it comes to public assistance like food stamps, they don't move you ahead of the line. You're still in the same spot. Charge-offs, yeah. Delinquents, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're not worried about your credit. I'm sorry, Miss Mobley. My apologies. My apologies. My apologies, Miss Mobley. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have an answer. Does anyone have like something else they can offer as far as housing for veterans, financial assistance for veterans, things of that nature in the area that you're in? Is there anything else you can offer to your fellow veterans? And I'm telling you guys, those of you who are struggling financially, VA Stand Down, STAND, go check it out. VA Stand Down. No, when I first moved back to the States, because the way I want to do it, free thinker, honestly, I want to do like maybe 2 to 3 months in the States and then come back here. So it may be I'll do 3 straight months and then 1 month go back to the States, 3 straight months go back to the States, so on and so forth that way, because I would rather have the VA in the States deal with all my issues, my prosthetics, my medication, versus trying to do it here. Like I can get my medication here easily enough, but some of the things that they do here, it's a little different. And you always have to upload your information to send it to the VA so they can be apprised of whatever medically they're doing, right? So I would rather just deal with it in the States every year to where, okay, he's coming, just say I come every March. And the month of March, I'm going to as many appointments as I can go to, getting all my medications that I need, and then I'm back here for the next 3 months. Then the next month, going back to the VA. Whatever else I need to get done, get it done there, move on. You understand what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where I would rather deal with the VA in the States than try to always upload information from here because you got to translate it. And then they don't quite understand it. I got to go back and get another statement. If I'm going to the one in the States, they already know where everything is. And any prosthetics or whatever I got to get, I can just get them while I'm there instead of me having to order it and then try to get reimbursed the money I spent to come back to me. That's mainly the reason why I'm doing it. I had to attend webinars, workshops. Okay. Check with the mayor's office in most California cities. There you go. Ms. Mobley is helping us out here now. For those of you, California, go to your mayor's office. I'm telling you, you got to check with more than just the VA. Your state, your city, they offer different programs. Do you do video appointments? I can't do them here. When you're abroad, you cannot, they will not let you do video appointments. No, they will not. Once they ask you where you currently located and you say, I'm in South America, okay, I got to end this call. The reason why they do that, free thinker, is because if something were to happen, and let's say you freaked out on the call, okay, there ain't nothing the psychiatrist can do. You're not in the States. So they can't call 911 and have the police go pick you up or the ambulance go pick you up. When you're in a whole another country, they ain't nothing they can do. Nothing. So video calls, video conference calls are out. That's if you move abroad. Now, if you're visiting, say like you are on vacation and you go on vacation to Canada or you're going to Europe, that's different. They'll do a video call because they know you're coming back home. But when you live abroad, you physically live abroad, no, they ain't taking that call. No. Sign up to be notified when Section 8 will open in your desired area. It's online. Yeah, for sure. Those of you who are looking for housing in your particular area, you can't find it, just go ahead and sign up for Section 8 online. It's a long waiting list. You never know. Spot may come open. They may call you. You never know. Same with HUD-VASH. If you're interested in HUD-VASH, go sign up for it. They might even have spots available right now, but even though there's not spots available, go sign up. Why not? How about a CMP when you're visiting abroad? When you're visiting abroad, I don't know about when you're visiting abroad. You know, they could now with CMPs, they'll use those third parties. What do they call it? I can't think of the name of any of those third party services they use, but the VA will use a third party from the States to set up an appointment close to wherever your address is. So I'm here in Poblado. I've gone to the hospital here like 4 or 5 times for CMP exams, right? And it's different. I'm gonna tell you up front, CMP exams here are way different than what you expect, like in the States, okay? Because first of all, they have some of your records, but they don't have them all. So a lot of times I would have to pull up my info on My Healthy Vet to show them the medications I'm taking, to show them like the CMP examiner, the rater in the States will send them some stuff about your claim, but everything else you're gonna have to provide through My Healthy Vet. That's another thing, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you have an e-benefits account or a va.gov account, and make sure you got access to My Healthy Vet before you go abroad, even if you're going on vacation. If you were to end up in a hospital for some reason and you may be allergic to something or you may have whatever, you can always pull that information up online and share it with the doctors in whatever country you're in. Because what I've learned is that in each one of these hospitals, there's someone in these hospitals that speak English. In every one of these hospitals, there's at least one person that speaks English, at least one. So they'll be able to communicate with you. If you're here and you speak no Spanish, somebody will be able to communicate with you. But as far as visiting, okay, let's put it another way. I remember being in the DR. I hadn't moved to the DR full time yet. and I had to go to the embassy in the DR for a CMP exam I had there. Okay. I just went, picked up paperwork. They sent me to an office. The paperwork was basically them filing to get paid, but I was able to do it while I was in the DR. Now, I hadn't moved there full time yet. So to answer that question, yes, they can do that. They can do a CMP exam anywhere, anywhere. As long as where you're going to accept payment from the government, you can do it anywhere. Let's see. HUD-VASH is different from Section 8 waiting list. HUD-VASH has their own waiting list, not with Section 8, with the county. With the county. Easier and faster to get into a home, and you do get veterans preference. Okay, there you go. There you got. Hey, again, appreciate Ms. Mobley, appreciate Mr. Mann. Any information you guys can give to your fellow veterans, very much appreciated, guys. Very much appreciated. I always hear negative things about Section 8. Is HUD the same? No, he just answered that. Okay, now I want to say this too, because I was under the impression that if you got Section 8, you can only be in low income units. That's not true. That's not true. The reason why it's not true is because let's say that your voucher is worth, I don't know where you are, but let's just say your voucher is worth $1,200. Okay. And you find a landlord who's willing to take Section 8, but the rent is $1,400. You can pay that extra $200 and still use that voucher. So you don't necessarily have to be in that particular area. Okay. Now, there are many reasons why people choose to live in those units. Maybe they don't have no money, they got no other choice. But if you got some money and you got a choice, you can take that voucher and go somewhere else. You don't have to be in the poorest areas. You don't. You do not. You know, everybody's circumstances are different. Now, especially with HUD-VASH not using your VA income to determine eligibility is huge. So whatever other income you have outside of your VA income, let's say you're getting retirement, you retired from the military and you're getting $1,800, and that's all they got for income is $1,800, but you still got this $3,900 coming in from the VA. You don't have to go to those low income areas. As long as you can find a landlord that's willing to take Section 8, there you go. You can go somewhere else. You just have to find it. You got to hunt. You got to get out and make it happen. How long does it take to get your meds? What do you mean? From here? Like when I go to see the doctor here, and let's say they want to change the prescription, I just go right here to the pharmacy right down the street. If they have it, you know, I can get it right then and there. If it's something they got to order, they'll deliver it to my place. So it just depends on availability. If you're talking about here, all right, because they can't send you medication over here. No, the VA does not send any medication overseas. Ain't happening. Not happening, dog. They're not sending medication. Now, I will tell you, if you go to the Miami VA, and let's say you're in I ain't gonna say Puerto Rico is VA there. Let's say you're in Panama and you want to sign up for the VA in Miami, right? What they will do is they will mail you the bottle for the piss test. Depends on your age. They'll take you the thing to stick it up your butt, and they'll give you what was the other thing they sent? It was one more thing, I can't think of it. They'll do that. Miami VA will, because I've been through that with Miami VA. They'll do that. But as far as medications, they cannot mail medications overseas. Not happening. Yeah, the voucher is good all over the U.S. Thank you, Ms. Mobley. Yes. So for the person that's like, I don't want to live in HUD, low income housing, you don't have to. You don't have to. If you can find a landlord, in an area you want to be in that's willing to take Section 8, you make some kind of agreement with them. You may have to give them an extra deposit or whatever. Cool. But you have options. You don't know. You do not have to go, because that was my impression too. Like, Man, Section 8, you got to be over here in these areas. No, you don't. No, you don't. Not if you have the income and options to do it. No, you don't. Okay. Any other questions, guys, before I get off? Any other questions? And I appreciate again, Ms. Mobley, Mr. Mann, those of you who gave information to help your federal veterans, whether in the U.S. or abroad. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. The same with HUD Vash. I know I got a question about Puerto Rico and Virgin. Yes, you can use it there. U.S. territory. Yes, you can. You can use Section 8. U.S. territory. Yes, you can. Let's see. When using a VA home loan, can you still put 20% down? Well, with a VA home loan, you're not putting anything down. But if you ask, can you still lower your mortgage payment? Sure. If you're talking about lowering your payment, but is it required? No. With that home loan certificate, you don't have to put nothing down. Depending on the percentage of your disabilities and depending on the state that you're in, you're going to have a lot of things that's going to be exempt, a lot of things that are not going to be there, like private mortgage insurance, PMI. Most of the time, you're not even required to pay that. But again, it depends on the state you're in and the requirements for each state, right? But I know with mine in Arizona, I wasn't required to pay mortgage insurance, the funding fees I was exempt from. There was some other things I was exempt from, and I ended up getting a check, and I didn't put nothing down. I ended up getting a check back. So, but yeah, I mean, if you want to lower your mortgage payments, for sure, you put money down. Hell, the bank will take it. Make sure you tell them it's going straight to the principal. If you just make it like a normal payment, most of that is just going to be interest. But you want to make payments. Like one thing I used to do, and I learned this a long time ago, is I would make a payment, and then I would make a payment toward the principal to knock it down. I did the same thing with my car loans. Like I would make a payment. Say my car loan was $900 a month, and only $375 of that was going toward the principal. The rest was interest. I would take another payment and go straight to the principal to pay that car off early as hell. I'm trying to get it out of as quick as possible. Let's see. Mr. Mann, what was this? From day one, I moved into a private 2-bedroom condo with my voucher penthouse. My voucher is for, damn, 35. But you're in San Francisco, I believe. You're in San Francisco, right? But that's, wow. Your HUD voucher was for $3,500. That's what I'm talking about. I may have to go check out California, San Francisco. Let's see. They changed the rules because rent are so high in California. You can pay the difference between your voucher amount and the market rent. There you go. Man, Miss Mobley, are they in the area you're in? Are the vouchers that high as well? Because I don't think they're that high in Arizona. I'm almost sure they're not that high in Arizona. Take care, Markel. Thanks for everything you do for us. Vets, peace. All right, free thinker. Appreciate you coming on. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off. I'm just waiting on Miss Mobley to answer that real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and get off. But damn, Mr. Mann, they're giving you a $3,500 voucher. Shit. I believe you're in San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. The ones I've heard in Arizona, I want to say they're between 1,000 to 1,400. 1,400 is like the highest I've ever heard of someone getting in Arizona, or at least in Phoenix. I don't know about the other parts, but at least in Phoenix, 1,400 is about the highest I've heard. Yeah, wow. Okay, man. And I remember looking on when we did that one video on Craigslist, those apartments were going for like 38, 45. Man, yeah, I'd be all over that. All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching as always. I'm going to go ahead and get off. Again, thanks to everyone who helped your federal veterans try to find a place, trying to get stable. whether it's the NACA home loan, to understanding more about HUD-VASH, to understanding more about Section 8, and understanding more about vouchers. And you're not just limited to low-income areas, all right? And understand, again, with HUD-VASH, they no longer use your VA income to determine eligibility, all right? But all right, guys, that's it for now. I appreciate everybody watching as always. And until the next time, guys, I'm out of here. Peace. Catch you all on the next.